my friends. I wanted to come back and do a follow-up video. I kind of left that last one abruptly. I had some dear friends stop by and I had to give some attention to amazing people that I've got in my life. So anyway, I apologize for the brief interruption, but I wanted to kind of pick up where I left off with trying to do things for yourself and find things that make you smile. Being behind a screen really doesn't complete yourself. I think most of us, most of the human race is obsessed with television and screen time on Facebook and Twitter and all of those fun social media groups. I really don't have anything against them. I can't find myself, I get irritable, I guess, when I'm following too many social feeds, because I really am trying to get out of that mindset of being so involved in what everyone else is doing that I don't have time for what's going on in my own head and taking care of my own needs. We have one life to live. I don't think any of us can really challenge that. Right now we are in the life that we are living. What do you want to do? Do you want to sit on the couch and look at a screen until you die? That's one way to live. I lived it for a while. I just really don't find much purpose in it, you know. I was kind of thinking as to my mindset when I was a Jehovah's Witness. I always just looked forward to the paradise. I always looked forward to when my life was going to be better, when you know, things wouldn't be stressful, and when you were finally perfect, which is interesting, you know, what is perfect. In my eyes, I think we're all built very differently in every way, shape, or form, and we spend so much of our time wanting to be someone else's shape, or someone else's color, or have someone else's lips or eyes or butt or whatever. We just look at other people's things and that's what we want to look like, that's what we want to have, but we will never have that. And that's important to come to terms with. You know, you are your own shape. You are your own self. And being another shape isn't you. We are conformed as a society to be like models in a magazine. But none of us will ever look like that model, because that model is the only one that looks like that model. It's really kind of a messed up system, and it hurts our kids because it gives them impossible standards, whether it's too skinny or too fat or just perfect, or I mean, everybody has so many different standards. What one person might think is beautiful, another person might think is really not beautiful. So why are we striving to be what some people think is beautiful and what some other people isn't beautiful? I guarantee you, there is somebody out there. There are billions of people. There's somebody out there that thinks that you are the most amazing person, the most beautiful, the most handsome, the raddest, the coolest, whatever it is that you really wish you could be. I guarantee it that someone out there sees you just like you want to be seen. But you won't even let yourself be seen like that because you're not good enough. We need to be good enough. We need to be accepting of our own shape, our own size. If we continue to try to be better, do better, be a better version of ourselves, then we'll probably conform to a way that we are comfortable with. But we won't ever be comfortable if we're trying to be someone else, because that's not us. And if we were that someone else, we wouldn't be comfortable, because then we wouldn't be us. I don't know. Maybe it's silly thinking, but it's thinking that I have had to get through. I've had extra weight that I've had to deal with my whole life. It's just something that I don't have a great metabolism. I started out with a good one and it just didn't work well because I liked food. I really do love food, and there's nothing wrong with that. Actually, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of men out there that appreciate a woman that not only can cook but can eat and not be a bird. But there's other women out there that can only eat like a bird. That's all that they can do, and they wished that they could eat like me, where they could just have whatever and not care. Do I care? Yeah, a little. I mean, everybody would like to be better in one way or another. But sure, you know, I used to be quite heavy, and I've lost a lot of weight because I've respected myself. But that doesn't mean that when I'm going to be 40 years old, you know, that I want to look like I'm 20, because there's no way that's going to happen. So I know that I have funny little quirks. I know that I can keep a good conversation. So, yeah, how about I just let whoever wants to like me, and whoever doesn't can go like whoever they want to go like. I don't need everybody to like me. In fact, I would really rather everybody not like me, because I have to give people attention when they like me. So, not that I don't want to be, but it's okay if there's people that don't. I don't know if being liked by everyone is necessarily always a good thing. So, I have my own views. I can guarantee you, if I make enough videos, I'm probably going to upset somebody. I'm not racist, and that affects a lot of people because they want people to be racist. I honestly think that the human race is just that, the human race. There's a lot of Native Americans that might be angry with me for not honoring their ancestors, but I do honor them. The thing is we just can't be there anymore. We can't live in the past. So let's just be a human race now and just everybody be equal, because I can't pay for what my ancestors did to someone else's ancestors, and who's to say that my ancestors even did it? I mean, we don't know. So I just try to live my life and be as open-minded and non-judgmental as possible. Having that viewpoint, I will upset some people, and that's okay. I have strong views. As you probably have seen, I have, excuse me, getting violent, sorry. I can take care of my own if I know that I have good intentions, and I know I'm not trying to hurt someone, then there's really nothing that I can be counted as doing wrong. I can always learn from the past, but I can't just live in the past. So that's something that's helped me move forward too. When we are putting ourselves in constant memories of what we've done wrong, and this is classic Jehovah's Witness behavior. They train you. I was born and raised, so I was trained to worry about other people's consciences. I was trained to be having the opinions of others and not having an opinion of myself. So we need to stay in the present and not focus on what's in the past. We are trained to live in the past as a Jehovah's Witness. We aren't allowed to live in the future. We can see in the future, we can put ourselves there, but it's already there for us. It's already set. So we don't really have any control over what we do. All we can do as a Jehovah's Witness is what we're told, so we can make sure we get that future. When we are living in the past, we are constantly guilty, constantly miserable. The Israelites lived in the past. They had to give sacrifices daily, goat sacrifices and whatnot, blood sacrifices, to remind themselves daily that they were imperfect sinners. So if you're looking at Bible times, that was the way it was done in order to remind them, and when Christ died for our sins, then that was done away with, and we no longer needed a daily reminder, or a monthly reminder, or yearly reminder every 7 years. You know how it works. So when he died, that eliminated the need for guilt, but yet that is the thing that Jehovah's Witnesses do the most, is you are constantly guilty. You're living in guilt. You're living in fear of being guilty for someone else's thoughts and feelings towards you. It's a very controlled situation, something that I can't do. I don't know, I felt like I was going crazy. I'm constantly berated with other people's potential thoughts that aren't even there. We're so scared of bothering the conscience of another that we can't live our life, we can't have a future. So we just sit and do as we're told. Push the books, don't bother anyone, and we'll reach the destiny. Well, it's impossible to do, and what you end up doing is you give up your entire life to do something that's not even real. They just want you to keep making money for them in the name of God. It's really sad. And many of us don't know. Actually, I would say the majority of us don't know. When you realize it, you don't believe it. You get in that denial stage. And you just can't imagine it being something else. That's what happens when you live in the past. When you just worry about all the things that you've done wrong to keep yourself humble, to keep yourself lowly, to keep yourself not thinking about yourself. We would never want to think for ourselves. So if we keep thinking bad of ourselves, then it really does have a strong amount of control, mind control over us. And we fall prey to depression. Because now we're thinking about making sure that we're humble. So we downplay our talents and we bring down our good feelings that we have about ourselves, just in case that might make us prideful. And then we get beat down. When you're in the theocratic ministry school, you're still critiqued even if you try your very best. Of course, they give you, a good pat on the back, but you always have to have what you're working on. I mean, it's always pushing you to do better, and it's never good enough. Even those who are missionaries would still consider themselves not worthy. They were always needing to do better, and it's just an unstrivable goal. It's so depressing when you really think about how many people are trying so hard to do it perfectly, and my goodness, you guys, you are. You're doing it so perfectly that you're giving up your whole life for it. So please try to take care of yourself. Find ways to bring happiness back. If you live in the past and are always thinking about how bad you've been or what you've done wrong, so that way, you don't feel good enough about yourself to think that you deserve better. Just forgive. Forgive you. And that's hard to do. But I would like to share one more video. I have an idea that maybe might help some people out. So stay tuned. I'll be right back. I love you guys.